Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Behind the Crimes with your host, me, Michelle Sutton. Anyways, again, we're not doing a camera. That's just because I just got out of the shower and I didn't fix my hair. So, y'all are never allowed to see the real hair, okay? So, it's What's Poppin' Thursday. What's Poppin' Thursday? And there's so much. I have a long list of things that we have not gotten to talk about yet. So we're gonna be going over what is poppin'. Hey, cool gamer. So you guys, please hit that like button. Let's fight this algorithm. We are lost in transition somewhere out there in the YouTube world. So we got to reboot it somehow. Considering YouTube is not responding to my emails. Kelly, you need to turn that down. I wished everybody could like multiple times, but that is not the case. So if you are here, say hello. I see Kristen and I see Wheezy and I see Cool Gamer. And if anybody else is here, say hello. And as you come in, I will. Hey, Leonard. Good evening. So we have a lot to talk about. So I want to start with this case that Kristen told me about earlier in the week. I think it was earlier in the week. I'm going to start with this one because I haven't talked about this. And this is a case, and you guys know on What's Poppin' Thursday, we don't just do the true crime part of it. We also do the pop culture part of it too. So stay tuned. There's some juicy stuff coming tonight. So this is a case of a couple that are newlyweds. This Angie Diaz is 21 years old, and her husband was out on bond. Her husband, Jared, was out on bond for a DUI, and apparently was having a bad night, and he, trigger warning, you guys, he also decided that the way to handle the situation was to pull a Brian Walsh. Except for he, trigger warning, decapitated his wife and put her head in the shower and dismembered, and family members walked into that scene. Hey, Kay. And that is how that was discovered, you guys. So that is like just horrible. Just horrible in so many ways. Yeah, he didn't get as far as Walsh got. Like, he did not dispose of her body. It was left lying all over the place inside their home. Yes, Leonard, it is horrific. So I will be making a pre-recorded video on that. I gotta write up my script and all that good stuff, and then I will make a pre-recorded video on that. It's not a whole lot. It's not as mainstream media as some of these other cases that we're covering. But that's where that story sits, and I wanted to kind of put it out there. And again, you can look into that. That is Jared, and the wife's name is Angie, and is Diaz, D-I-A. Oh, Lord. Hold on. I can't even read my own writing. I-S, I think. I can't read my own writing, so Kristen, can you put the correct spelling in there? Because I didn't do a good job with that. Okay, so going to move along because I try to keep these little What's Poppin' Thursday kind of shorter and just brief summaries of whatever is hopping. So Athena Brownfield, we've been following that case. Yeah. Angie was working 2 jobs to pay for her mother's cancer treatment. Can you imagine? Oh, it's IAZ. I was wrong, you guys, on the spelling altogether. Athena's case was the missing 4-year-old out of Oklahoma, and her remains were found the day before yesterday. After the caretaker, Alicia, I'm not sure of the correct pronunciation, gave the confession that her husband took Athena's life on Christmas and then buried her in a shallow grave by a fence line on their old property, and then placed a big branch over top of it. But this case was discovered when a postal worker came across her 5-year-old sister. And these were caretakers. These were not the bio parents. These were caretakers. These children were left in Alicia and Ivan's care for over a year, at least a year, but the reports say over a year. So the people that were supposed to be taking care of them failed them. And the word on the street is that we know that Yvonne he had taken off to Arizona when she took off over the past weekend to go to be with her boyfriend in the city. He took their 4 kids and he went back to Arizona. So the truth lies somewhere in the middle, and Yvonne has not been questioned yet. He is on his way from Arizona back to Oklahoma, and he will either appear in court tomorrow or Monday. Not sure of the exact time. But when he was arrested in Arizona and went before the judge, when I watched the video clip of him in court that day, I did not get a feeling of someone who was guilty. And the word on the street is that the people in the town don't feel like he done it. They feel like Alyssa done it. And what is very, very odd, I'm going to read you guys something that I found before he was arrested. Before Yvonne was arrested, I found this post, and I just find it awfully strange that this is the details. And this was posted, and it was a screenshot that was posted, and this is what it says. And you can put in, I would love to hear the feedback from you guys. There's 14 of you in here, so I would love to see 14 comments saying what you think. Now, remember, this was posted before Yvonne was even arrested last week. So we know that they said that the evidence presented was his cell phone, and that what the law enforcement put out in the warrant was that his cell phone had pinged leaving the house and pinged arriving at the location that her body was found, or her remains were found. But someone posted, she's deceased, confirmed by law enforcement. Alicia has admitted strangling her and where she stashed the body. The police have found a body on a property previously occupied by Alicia and Yvonne. Source, me. My wife's sister is married to Alicia's father. I have pictures to prove I know Alicia. It's an old Facebook photo from 2010, 2011 when I last saw her and hung out with her. Edit. Wanted to add, she said, she strangled her the day after Christmas because she was getting overwhelmed with everything she did. She'd constantly poop her pants and not act right. Reports are saying that she'd force both kids, both being Athena and her older sister, okay, not her own 4 kids, into a timeout closet for hours or days on end. Again, this was written and posted by someone before the body was found, but the remains were found exactly where this person said the remains were posted. So this person, I don't know who this person is. I just think it's odd that they knew all of this information. And I actually think it was the day that Yvonne was arrested, but the screenshot doesn't show the exact time and date. So what do you guys think? Are you feeling, what are you feeling? What are you guys feeling? Have you been following the Athena case? They said that they forwarded it to the OSBI. So I guess time will tell. Leonard, I agree. It's very odd that that statement was written. And I'm pretty sure it was the day that Yvonne was arrested. If not, it was the day before when she was arrested. So I don't know. Time will tell on Athena's. I'm interested in seeing what happens when he gives his statements to see what is put out. Right. I mean, the description she gave in the arrest records does not say that, in the warrant, does not say that that Athena was strangled. It was that she was taken at his hands, not strangled, but he had taken her life with his hands. And she stood there and watched. So, a little strange. All right. So, ouch. Sorry, I just snapped my finger. Let's look again at Anna Walsh's case. You guys, I did a video on Anna Walsh's case where we went a little bit more into detail of that yesterday. It was a lunchtime live. Go back and watch that if you want. If you're really into like the dark side of the true crime, that is definitely a case that you're going to want to catch up on. But it was announced today that Anna was worth, you guys, this is insane. This is insane. Anna Walsh was worth $2.8 million. $2.8 million. Well, that's not even including life insurance policy. That's just what she's worth. So either way, because Brian took her life, he will not be seeing any of that money. But luckily, that will go into a trust fund for their kids, and the kids will be taken care of. I honestly think we have met the dumbest criminal ever. Like, literally. There's the link if you guys want to go back and watch Brian Walsh's. We did it after court yesterday when everything was released from the court, and the prosecutors held nothing back, you guys. They held nothing back. They put it all out. Every bit of evidence was laid out in front of the world yesterday. In the Kylie Rodney case, all I can say on that is that nothing new has come out, but the saga, the drama, all of that continues. So if you're into the drama side of things, that's the case you want to follow. Because it seems like everybody is fighting right now. And I don't even know what they're fighting over anymore. Let me just make sure. Okay. I did that one. Did that. One. Okay. All right. So the one I'm going to talk about, the one that has my heart the most, the case that has my heart the most. And the other night we tried to break down that timeline based off of the arrest sheet that we were given early on in the investigation. And we tried to break down that timeline and make it make sense. And unfortunately, I was not able. It was just not making sense in my head. Luckily, someone who is able to verify the sources was able to message me, say, hey, I watched your video and I want to just give you a better understanding. And so, yay, I'm glad you found me. It is because I am shadow banned, you guys. So nobody gets notifications usually. Hoping for answers. Nobody usually gets answers. So they say that you have to go out, unsubscribe, resubscribe, then hit the bell, and then choose all notifications. I would give it a try. If it doesn't work, then I'm still shadow banned, and we're just going to have to fight the algorithm until it decides to be nice to me. Or either have to start a second account. And I really, really don't want to have to start a backup account because it was so hard to build this platform. I don't want to have to start another one. Join the Facebook group because I always share it in there. So you can get a notification in the Facebook group if you're not already a member of the Facebook group. There's Twitter that I do forget to post to. We have Instagram. We're working on figuring out how to post the videos in there. And I'm also working on doing previews during the day of whatever the live will be about that night. So, but back to Madalena. So I'm going to give you guys the timeline so that it's going to make sense. And I will also give you the paragraphs. If you want me to pull the actual arrest sheet up, I will be glad to pull the arrest sheet up and put it up on the screen. But I promise you that this is coming from a reliable source, and it makes a whole lot more sense the way that this was. I mean, it's handwritten, so give me a, I can't see. All right, so we're going to start with Monday, December 12th at 1400 hours, which is 2 p.m. on the 12th of December. In paragraph number 2, Resource Officer Nobles attempted to visit them at the home address with the counselor, Lampkin. Okay. Then on Wednesday, December the 14th, which is paragraph number 3, the counselor requested a meeting with Diana for Thursday, December 15th. In that same paragraph, Diana stated that she would bring Madalena to school on Thursday. On Thursday, December 15th, according to paragraph 4, Diana arrived at school without Madalena. Also in paragraph number 4, the counselor requested Officer Nobles to step into the meeting. Then we go back to paragraph number 1, where Diana reported Madalena had been missing since Tuesday, 11/22, so the 22nd of November, at approximately 1200 hours, which is 12 o'clock noon. Okay. So that was the first time that she gave as to when Madalena was missing. She had been missing since approximately Tuesday, November 22nd at approximately 1200 hours, 12 o'clock noon. Then we go back to paragraph number 4, where Diana advised Officer Nobles that Madalena has been missing since Tuesday, November 23rd at approximately 1200 hours. Again, that is 12 o'clock noon. All right. Now, on Thursday, we're still on December 15th at the school when Diana goes into the school and without Madalena. And paragraph number 5, Officer Nobles spoke to Diana. Diana advised him she last saw Madalena on Wednesday, on November the 23rd at 2200 hours, 10 p.m. Now, previously, she had stated that she had last saw her on Tuesday the 22nd. That was her original story. November the 22nd at 12 o'clock noon, lunchtime. Now, then she stated it was Tuesday the 23rd, and now she is stating that this is all in the same day in the same interview, okay? All with the school resource officer. So then she says that she last saw Madalena on Wednesday night, 11/23, at 10 p.m. She said that Madalena went to her room that night to go to bed. Also in paragraph number 5, Diana stated her and Chris argued that night, and the next morning Chris drove to Michigan. Paragraph number 5. Also in the same paragraph, Diana waited until November the 26th at 1900 hours, 7 p.m., when Chris returned home from his Michigan trip that he left for on the 23rd, before asking if he knew where Madalena was. I don't know, but the first phone call I'm going to make is to my husband and ask him, do you have my child? And if he says no, I'm calling the authorities immediately. I'm not going to sit on the couch and twiddle my thumbs for 3 days while I wait for my husband to come home to see if he has my daughter. In paragraph number 6, Chris stated that on Wednesday, 11/23, he left his residence to go to Michigan. So their stories both match up that he left on the 23rd. In paragraph number 6, he stated he returned on 11/26. So both of them claimed that he went to Michigan the 23rd and returned on the 26th. In paragraph number 6, he advised he had not seen Madalena the day he left and believed the last time he saw her was a week before his trip, approximately 11/16. Diana put Madalena to bed, and this is an easier breakdown, okay, you guys. Diana put Madalena to bed at 2200 hours, which is 10 p.m. on Wednesday, November the 23rd. Diana checked on her at approximately 11:30 a.m. on Thursday, November 24th. Then Chris arrived in Michigan at his family's home approximately around midnight, 1 a.m. on Wednesday the 11th, early 11:24. Okay. The approximate drive time is about 12 to 14 hours, and that's dependent on how many bathroom stops, gas, traffic, those type of things. So that would have him leaving around lunchtime or or early afternoon. Okay. Now, so that means that he had already arrived in Michigan when Diana says she saw her going to bed. So that means that Diana was the last person to see Madalena, according to the statements that have been given to law enforcement that they have released to the public. So I hope that helps understand the timeline a little bit better. If you have any questions about the timeline, then ask them, and I will be glad to give as much information as I know. All right, moving along. Summer Wells. The case of Summer Wells just hit 19 months. Her case is still an unsolved missing persons case. She went missing from Tennessee almost 2 years ago now. And it has, hey J-Dub, it has recently decided to, what's the word I'm looking for? Pop back up and seems to be making huge headlines again. And it seems to be that Don Wells is making his rounds again. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah, it's resurfacing. I want to find the answers, obviously. I mean, we're going on 2 years of Summer Wells missing. And that story is, it's a crazy story of the events that took place and her disappearance. And I was not on YouTube during that case unfolding. I did watch YouTube, however. So I seen all of the craziness that went down with that. But Don has been out of jail. I'm not sure how long he's been out of jail, but he's wanting to talk now. And so it's getting a lot of attention again. Which Summer deserves the attention. Don't get me wrong. Summer deserves every bit of the attention. If we're actually looking for Summer, if we're actually trying to find the answers and not just speak and claim these things. So, definitely, I do want to do a recap, but I have a couple of other videos that I'm already working on. So, we're just kind of like sitting ducks on all of these cases right now. And then I figured we had to discuss it, you guys. We have to discuss the unsealing of the documents yesterday in the Idaho 4 case. Because, one, odd timing when they were supposed to be sealed and not unsealed for a while. And there was already this gag order in place. But, however, these documents were unsealed, and the last page of that document, let me see if it's on my phone or if I'm going to have to go find it. I didn't save it. Hold on. It's everywhere. Don't worry. It's quite interesting, and people are losing their minds right now. And what's crazy is that they don't. He doesn't even go back to court until the end of June. So people are still trying to come up with these crazy scenarios. The Idaho 4 will get their justice. But the focus is no longer on those victims. It's all on Brian and his antics right now. And it is taken away. It's just taken away from these cases that could have some serious light shed on them. However, when I read this sheet, this 49 pages that was released, when I read it, I do not want to join chats. I kind of looked at it like, okay, well, that's not. Well, let's read it first before we discuss what I feel. Lord, all these crazy things have. Okay, so this is the list of things that were seized from Brian Kohberger's apartment in Washington. All right. Number 1, the first item was 1 nitrate black type glove. Okay. First of all, there's not nitrate type gloves. They are nitrile. So I need whoever wrote this to fix their typo, because people literally went Googling for nitrate gloves. Hence, if you need to even look at what that is, if you even need to Google what that is, you probably should not be trying to get into the true crime community. Hello, Karen, Canada. The second item was one Walmart receipt with 1 Dickies tag. The third item is listed as 2 Marshall's receipts. So what I gather from the Marshall's receipts is he knows where to get a good deal. Okay. Home dude knows how to shop, because I love me some TJ Maxx and some Marshalls. All right. Number 4 is the dust container from the Bissell Power Force vacuum. Number 5, you guys, is 8 possible hair strands. So they either are hair or they are not hair. And by them saying 8 possible hairs, I'm assuming that it was like a clump of 8 hairs together. Okay. Just because as we get further into this list, you'll understand why I feel like those might have just been sitting together in one specific area. All right. Number 6. Number 6 is 1 Fire TV stick with the cord/plug. I don't know what they confiscated the Fire Stick for. Maybe they're going to look at his watch history. Maybe he watched the last 10 episodes of How to Get Away with Murder. I don't know. That's not something I usually see in the search warrants. But there's always a first time for anything. Number 7. And this one is the best one yet, okay? This is the one that has everybody going crazy. Number 7 is 1 possible animal hair strand. 1 possible animal hair strand. So, in order for this to even make a difference, that 1 piece of possible animal hair has to be Murphy's. No, Jay, this was from his apartment only. This is what they confiscated from his apartment on December 30th. New Year's Eve, this is the list that they collected from his home. So, this one possible animal hair, let's just say it is Murphy's. If it is Murphy's, go Murphy. You are the most famous dog in the world. If it is not Murphy's, there's not much I can say. Now, as the list goes on, number 8 is one possible hair. Number 9 is another possible hair. Number 10 is another possible hair. And then number 11 is one possible hair strand. So we have a set of 8 possible hair strands. Then we have 3 possible hairs, and then another possible hair strand, and then one possible one possible animal hair strand. Number 12 is his computer tower. I would expect them to take his computer tower. So that wasn't surprising. Now, the rest of them are listed A, B, and C. A is one collection of dark red spot, and in parentheses, it is collected without testing. So they didn't test it on the spot. So we don't know if it's blood or ink or anything at this point. Oh, Elizabeth, I don't know. I've never had a fire stick. I wouldn't even know how to work a fire stick. So, B is 2 cuttings from uncased pillow of reddish brown stain. Larger stain was tested. So they didn't take the whole pillow. They just took and cut the spot that had the dark reddish brown stain. Kella, please turn it down. So, right, Karen, I would not even know what to do with a fire stick. Now this was not even supposed to be put out. So this was pretty much, the judge didn't unseal it. It was not unsealed by the judge. So somebody, I don't know what they were doing, and then C, and you guys, y'all can go with this, whichever way y'all want to go with this. I know where my mind went with this, and that was C is 2 top and bottom of mattress cover, packaged separately, both labeled C, multiple stains. One was tested. It doesn't say that it even appeared to be blood stains. So, I'm sorry. I don't think that we need to count those multiple stains of how many times Home Dude took care of itself. Okay. So I have questions. You search this home. No, not bed bugs. The mattress covers are like those, some people are sorry, Jay, I had to say it, at least I put it in a clean way. Mattress covers are just like a extra fitted sheet that goes under the fitted sheet. That's the best way I can explain that. It's supposed to just be to protect your mattress from these stains. Yeah, very well could be a bedwetter. I don't know. So I have questions. One, why didn't they take any clothes? Like, that would have been one of the first things that me as a detective would have taken, would have been clothes. And then my biggest one is the shoes. Did they not find any van-like shoes to match to the print that is outside of Dylan's door? You know, the diamond-shaped. I don't know. Those are questions that I have. And I feel like unless this comes back as Murphy's hair, or unless, what if that's the receipt? You would still need the shoe. You would still need the clothes to gather the DNA or blood or those type of things. So it would be circumstantial with just the receipt without the actual. And usually that's, you know, when you get something from TJ Maxx and Marshalls, it doesn't list it. Right. Which is weird. Why do we not, like, you unsealed everything. Supposedly this was unsealed. So they did take DNA when they arrested him. They did take his DNA. So his DNA is now in CODIS. It wasn't before, but it is now. So, you know, I would expect the computer tower. They got to find out what this man was searching. He, you know, that might be the one, you know. So they're going to either need these blood samples to match, or they're going to need Murphy's hair to match. But even that, a defense could tear that up because there was a party the night before, and we don't know whether Brian Koberger was at that party or not. It was supposed to be a big party. So they're going to need that blood to match. They're going to need something circumstantial. Hey, Pink, Princess Megan, Elsa. They're going to need some circumstantial evidence. I still want to know, like, what about the car? I want to know what they found in the car, if they found anything. What did they find inside the parents' home? Like, there's so much more. But I'm not going to sit here and theorize and speculate for the next 5 months. That will not be me. So I have covered all of the true crime stuff that I want to cover, just with those brief summaries. Now let's get the pop culture side of things going. And so this is where things kind of get a little bit light and bubbly, and we can have some jokes and not be all serious. Do you think he was alone? I do not think he did this by himself. But I have no clue who I think helped. I mean, I didn't, like, during the beginning of the case, I did not go down the whole, like, I didn't cover it because I did not want to be involved in the speculation and theory, because I knew that it was going to be, and I said, it's going to be somebody that nobody would have ever have thought of. And he was never thought of, literally. His name was never mentioned until he was arrested. So I got that part right. But that's it. I didn't do the speculation and theories and Jack did it and Jack, no. Yeah, I don't feel like he did it alone. But I don't have any proof otherwise. So at the moment, Chef Dizzy. Who's Chef Dizzy? I haven't heard about Chef Dizzy. All right, so in this week's headlines in pop culture, did you guys know that Kanye West got married in a secret ceremony? Do not get ahead of me. Is Alec Baldwin really? Sounds like a sweet rap name, though. Chef Dizzy? It's probably going to be somebody's rap name now. Elizabeth, you've got to tell me who Chef Dizzy is. So Kanye got married to the architect of his Yeezy line in a secret ceremony around Christmas, and just recently told the world, oh, there's more about Kanye. Put it in there. Put it in the... Yes, Kanye got married to his architecture of his Yeezy line. And you guys, do you want to know the creepy part of it? You know what the creepy part is? She looks just like Kim. Just like Kim Kardashian. Like, it's creepy how much she looks just like Kim. So, now, there's more news. Hold on. There's more news. Now, Kanye has disabled his phone, and his attorneys are not able to find him, and they are looking for him. Thanks, Kristen, for being on top of the Kanye West thing, because that broke the day I was in, that story broke the day that I was in Cornelius feeding the police officers. All right. We'll go to Alec Baldwin next, you guys. This came out this morning. Kristen sent it to me, and I was like, well, you know what? I didn't like Alec Baldwin anyways. I didn't. I mean, I've never been a fan of Alec Baldwin. But he is being charged with involuntary manslaughter, him and his whatever person. So there's your something to look into. There's some true crime to look into. I don't know. Yes, that's what I said to Elizabeth. He's in love and he's out there just doing his thing. You know, enjoying being a newlywed off the grid. All right. So the Chrisleys, we talked about this last week. They were due to arrive in prison this week, in federal prison. Todd is doing his 12 years in Florida. Julie got changed at the last minute. Oh, that's sad. I like her. Aww. Julie's got changed last minute and she got sent to a medical center instead of a prison. But there is connected to this medical center, there is also a minimum prison. My words just failed me, but you guys get the point. All right. In the politics side of things, you guys, the White House was tripping this week. Y'all want to know why the White House was tripping? Because this is the craziest thing I think I've heard about Biden. So I'll see if anybody knows before I tell you, because you're going to laugh. Spreading his seed. Well, it's his to spread, I reckon. He's got enough money to take care of them, so spread away. Yeah, the puppet. Wait till I tell y'all what he done. No, he didn't get blamed for something that Trump did. He ordered a burger. All the man wanted was a hamburger, you guys. He just wanted a cheeseburger, and the whole White House went crazy because he ordered from a burger joint and apparently had it delivered. Give the man a burger. Let him have his burger. Maybe he'll be able to stand up on his bike. I don't know. The next thing, Elliot Blair, who is an Orange County, California public defender, was murdered in Mexico this week. I don't know all the details. I know his wife is distraught. My question is, Mr. Blair, why did you even go? Why did you even go to Mexico when you have probably pissed off some cartel members? Just wasn't the wisest place to vacation. God rest your soul. Elizabeth was whose neighbor? His sister and brother were my parents' neighbors. Who? Biden's? Oh, Jesus. Hopefully before he got senile. Well, apparently Biden is not allowed to order his burger. I mean, you guys, he's old. He had a burger craving. It could have been his last meal. No, you never know when it is that time. So if the man wants a burger, let him order a burger. Just somebody go to get it for him from the, I mean, all they're going to have to do is literally just leave it at the front, at the security gate, and somebody walk down there and get it for him. This actor, Julian Sands, I'm not familiar with him, but it is an interesting story. And then when I saw his picture, like when I read the article, I'm not even, I mean, he just doesn't look like he was healthy enough to even make this hike. But actor Julian Sands is missing in the California mountains. He took off on a hike after a snowstorm, and he has not been located. Okay. And then we all know that Aaron Carter recently passed and was found in a bathtub. But news broke yesterday or the day before. My days are all mixed up because, we had Monday off for Martin Luther King Day. So, and that's something else I do want to talk about. I do want to address that too. But Aaron Carter's family is saying that he did not drown. His autopsy showed no water in his lungs. So, sounds like that family has a fight on their hands. So, I'm interested to see what comes of that. So if he didn't drown, it does seem to be a thing, doesn't it, Karen, Canada? I wasn't going to say it. You said it. I was just going to say no water in the lungs. I'm interested in seeing what comes of this. Thank you, Kristen, for the super sticker. So there's that. And then let's go back to the Martin Luther King Day reveal. Put a 1 or a high five or something in the chat if you did see the Martin Luther King reveal on Monday. If you did not, please, 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 please go check out the Martin Luther King Monument. Wheezy, I made her watch it. And Kristen. Oh, they want me to show the video. I mean, well, if everybody's already seen it, then I don't really have to show it, but yeah, I can. Now, this was revealed now. Okay, I will say that if you're standing on the one side, the Embrace Monument really looks like what it's supposed to look like. However, if you're not on that one side and you see the other sides, the other angles, you get a whole nother perspective. So okay, there's that one, there's that side, but where's you guys, this is, I can't believe I'm about to pull this up on the screen. Oh, I'm hoping you're feeling well, obviously you're feeling better. Well, here's you a good old laugh. Start with this one up here. This is one side. We're going to mute this so we don't get copyright strike. TikTok is where I should have went. Hold on. I forgot. We need to do it on TikTok, you guys. I got to go to TikTok anyways, so I can show you guys something for the last and final.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Didn't tell you to talk. Okay, I want to log in. Continue with Facebook. Maybe. You guys. It's not working. It's loading. It says login success. Okay. Now let's see if it'll let me switch. All right. Stop. You guys, trust me, it is worth the wait if it will pull it up without being silly and pulling up other stuff in the process. Okay. Are you guys ready? It's loading. I just had to get the right angle. Weezy's saying don't show it. Okay. Oh, I'm not playing it so I don't get a copyright strike. But this is the this is you guys, it looks like this woman, like it. Can you guys see it? Do I need to make it bigger? Like, this is the side that, this is what the monument is supposed to look like. This is what it looks like. And then this is the other angle. So, that was this week's social events. Now, you guys know that I will you can't see the head because the head was, it was definitely a fail. It was definitely an epic fail. Okay, so this I think is this I have been waiting to reveal. You guys, did I disappear? Am I still here? Stop. Okay. Can y'all hear me? Okay, here we go. We're back up. All right, you guys. So I will just play this clip or two videos, and then I will see who knows what these videos are from. Obviously, they're coming off of my TikTok, but I had forgotten all about these videos until yesterday when some news broke. So I gotta share them just because it's just funny. And, you know, we gotta have some laughter because things have been so dark and heavy lately that, come on. All right, here we go. This is the first one. And you guys are more than welcome to follow my TikTok. So here, let me share this screen.
Honey, watching a murder program on television. Honey, she killed him, and then she fed him to the tigers. That much we know, but what I can't figure out is poor little meth mouth. That kid telling about it doesn't have a tooth in his head, and he won't put his shirt on. Son, you got to get camera ready. Can't help your teeth, but put a shirt on. Watching a murder program on television.
Where's my little? Whoa. Come on. Let's just do this. Use the little arrow button, Michelle. It'll go so much easier. Common sense here, child. Where are you? Where's my funny one? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at?
Hey, Miss Carol. I'm in your yard. I got that food that you told me that I can bring for the tiger. Yes, ma'am. It's good and fresh. You might want to go ahead and give it to him while it's warm. Okay, just leave it here by the bushes. Okay, I sure will. I'm going to go ahead and get out of your way. Thank you so much, Miss Carol. All right. Bye-bye.
You guys know what it's from? Well, Wheezy told you. So, who followed along during the whole world shutdown and we was all stuck in our house and we all were glued to the stupidest TV reality show ever, The Tiger King? So if you watched it, did you think, what was your thoughts of Carol Baskin and her husband? Wheezy, I need you to watch it just for shits and giggles, okay? You just got to go watch it just for shits and giggles. Okay. So, have you guys all heard Here in Canada? You got to go watch it too. It's on Netflix. It's called The Tiger King. There's two seasons. The second season is just, it's just no point in watching. She killed him. She killed him. Like, I really thought that she had killed him. But you guys know that when I say something, and this is coming back to bite me 2 years later, because I made these funny little skits about her feeding her first husband to the tigers. And news has broke that allegedly he has been found and Don is not dead. So, Don may really, really be alive and been hiding in Costa Rica all this time, supposedly because he was scared of her. So, now, I have not verified that the Carol Baskin's first husband, is really alive. Hey, all you crazy cats and kittens. Yeah. So it was quite interesting to learn that he might not really be dead, and we all judged her and thought that, yeah. So I don't know. You guys want to watch a few more TikToks before I jump off, or? So guys, I got to toot my horn. In the beginning, when COVID first hit, I made some pretty good TikToks. It didn't. I got bored and quit making them. But in the beginning, I could. So if you guys want to see a couple more, I'll show you some of my favorites. And if you want to follow my TikTok, my personal one is Michelle Sutton 04. Then we have the Behind the Crimes with Michelle Sutton. Oh, you want me to do the Leslie one? Okay, I have one more of Leslie. Leslie, you guys, it was reported today that before he wrecked into that building, that he had already passed away of a heart attack. And I loved Will and Grace, and I loved him, and I loved him when he came out on TikTok and was like, well, shit, what are y'all doing? Like, I fell in love even more with him. So I did do a couple of TikToks. The first one that I showed you was a Leslie TikTok with his voiceover. Stop. I need you to go down, not up. You're not listening. So this might give you like a little more insight to you guys that I really am not as not, I mean, like, I do have a good sense of humor, okay? Like, well, while I look for the Leslie one, here's a really good one for you guys to watch. I told y'all I did good in the beginning. But I shouldn't have never have stopped. Where's my other Leslie one? Like I know it's here. I sent it to. Oh, found it.
I'm down here on the floor. I was thinking maybe to pass the time during the coronavirus lockdown, I'd do yoga. I've heard about naked yoga. That might be fun. Anyway, in the book over there, it says this is the downward dog. Oh, it is filthy down here on the floor. Oh my word, I can't do yoga. It's too dirty down here on the floor. I'm down here.
But hold on, you guys. Here's the best one.
He had it coming. He had it coming. He only had himself to blame. If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen it, I bet you would have done. He had it coming. He had it coming.
Oh, me. Those are some fun times. Maybe I do need to get back to making these. Here's a design. Okay, this is the last one.
And just for the record, I think you should know that even if Bernice were crazy, that doesn't necessarily mean she should be put away. What are you saying? I'm saying this is the South, and we're proud of our crazy people. We don't hide them up in the attic. We bring them right down to the living room and show them off. See, Phyllis, no one in the South ever asks if you have crazy people in your family. They just ask which side they're on.
And which side are yours on, Mrs. Sugarbaker?
And just for the record, I think you should know that even if Bernice were crazy, that doesn't necessarily mean she should be put away.
Oh, those were fun times. Now, do y'all want to see my one that did go viral? I want to see the one video that I had go viral. Because I only had one that like really went viral. Hold up. And it was a video that I made. Where's the one with... Where... I think it's pinned. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Aww. And he has grown so much since that. So much. And there's other videos of our journey through basic and AIT training. So again, you can join my TikTok. I kind of think I want, like, I started the Behind the Crimes one, but because I already have like 25,000 followers on TikTok, I may just start adding my little shorts over there. I just got to figure out how to link my YouTube to it because I can't figure it out yet. So I said, I look, my screen's not sharing. I am done for the night. I'm actually going to go and get some rest. I cannot promise you guys that I will be around tomorrow. Or over the weekend. You guys know that my dad was in the hospital last week. He was pretty sick, but apparently they did not take care of the issue, and so we are all just waiting on a surgeon to call to take him in. So we don't know when that phone call is going to come or what time surgery will take place. So yes, you guys have definitely kept me occupied tonight, and that's what I needed because, my daddy is, it was so bad that the doctor told him, he was like, you got two choices. I can either kick you in the shin and drag you to the hospital myself, or you can go see the surgeons right now. So that is, if I'm not around, that is because I am with my family. But I love you guys, and I will see you guys soon. And watch for the next pre-recorded video. You guys, if you have not been watching those short videos, please go watch them and give them a like. Those short videos are just dedicated to the cases we are covering, and we just need to try to spread the word, especially for Madalena. We still have hope. Unfortunately, Anna and Athena this week, the news was broke that they're not going to come home, but we're still holding hope for Madalena, that she is found and she does get to come home. So please go watch her videos, especially get those likes up, because she's just not getting enough coverage. She's unfortunately being overshadowed by, the Kylie Rodneys and the BKs of the world right now. and she deserves just as much attention because her numbers being so low could be it could be one person that video comes across or her picture comes across that has the answers. So I appreciate you guys that are always here and always support. It means a lot more to me than you guys realize. So I love you all, and I will see you on the other side.